Okay, let's start with this one. So this one is actually a classification system. Okay, a hierarchy classification system that we use to classify the organism into 7 main group. It's not actually 7, where we classify based on level. Actually, according to the books, there is another one. It should start with kingdom, which is no. The highest should be domain. Okay, so domain is the highest taxonomic rank in the hierarchical biological classification system above kingdom. So there are 3 main domains, which is archaea, bacteria, and eukarya. Then followed by kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Where kingdom, okay, not really the largest, it's the second largest, okay, which contain all the organism in a particular kingdom. Then phylum is the third large group where they contain some of the organism from a particular kingdom. So normally, same phylum share common characteristic. Okay, so according to your textbook, it should be like this one. Okay, this is how it should look like for your textbook. Okay, they're from phylum. Okay, then they go for, after the phylum, they go for class. Okay, so the classification, we start from phylum to class, class to order, order to family, family to genus and species. And species is the most specific hierarchy of the classification. Okay, so you can see from family, okay, then you come usus, which is genus. Genus is almost have the same genetic, almost same. Like this one, the bear and the black bear, the smaller one, and species is different already. Okay, so now let's wait. So from here we lead to so after the classification of organism from kingdom to phylum, all this, so they will go into genus and species. And in order to classify them into genus, to classify organism in genus and species, so they introduce a binomial linear system. Because why it's called Linus? Because the name is the scientist who invent this is Carl Linus. Carl Linus. Okay, so what he's trying to say is, now it's a scientific method for this, where in this Linus system, you use italics or underline separately. So there will be 2 Latin names involved, where on the left side is the first name, which is genus, and start normally with a capital letter. So the name given is based on the genetic relation. The second name normally was species, and they will start with a small letter. And the name given is based on the scientist name, or sometimes the place of discovery, or even the characteristic. So like for example, hibiscus. Okay, we call the name is hibiscus rosa sinensis. Rosa sinensis are species. This is the family, genus family, genus. Then Malayan tiger, normally call Panthera tigris jacksoni. Okay, Sumatran tiger is Panthera tigris sumatrae. Okay, you see, Jacksoni may be the people who find this. This one, Sumatrae, is because of the place. Human, Homo sapien. Panthera is the genus, Tigris. Actually, if you didn't divide the tiger by place, normally the name is called Panthera tigris. But if you comes out with the place, then there is a Jacksoni and Sumatrae. It's actually the classification inside the same species. And then they normally got 3 names. Like this one, Hibiscus rosa, and sinensis is actually maybe a type of the flower of hibiscus.
So is this
Yes, somehow. But don't worry, you just need to memorize several only. Normally, the Malayan tiger, yes. The Panthera tigris thing you need to memorize. And then normally, and for normally, it's only that one. Somehow nowadays, I think you don't need to memorize it at all because from what I know nowadays, the questions already mentioned. Okay, so for dog is Canis lupus, cat is Felis cactus. You see, people say the tiger and cat are from the same family, is it? But actually, they are actually not even the same genus. Okay, then the fruit fly is Drosophila melanogaster, garlic, Allium sativum, paddy, Oryza sativa, mango, Mangifera indica. So this is the name. Okay, so now let's see how they write it correct or wrong. Remember, first capital, then followed by small capital. So that is correct. And then there must be italic. No italic cannot. No italic cannot. Or if you don't want to italic it, you can use underline. Word by word, you cannot like a straight underline. Cannot. Word by word underline, yes. Okay. Now, so in biology, so in order to the dictonomous key, okay, is where we used to classify a group of organisms repeatedly into two categories based on a particular characteristic until each of them is identified. Okay, so it's an easy method, but the classification by using this will not show genetic related. Why? Because it only show the characteristic only. Focus on the physical characteristic only. So that's why it does not show genetic relatedness among the organisms studied. Okay, so normally we use two ways. Permanent characteristic, which do not change to time of maturity, or the physiological process like reproduction method, the nutrition method, okay, all this. Okay, now so how do we do the dictonomous key? So first we need to determine a particular characteristic which can be classified and grouped into two categories. Then we divide the organism of the same category into another two until each of them is identified. So it's like a tree. It's like a tree diagram. I try to. Okay, first I start with two main category. Then from the A and B. Then from A we go for C and D. Then from C I pair into two like that. So normally, the first what we do is try to get the major or the general characteristic for all of them. Try to divide all of this into two. Okay. Okay. Now let's see. Now they have like jellyfish, frog, blah blah blah. Yes. Oh, n-1 is the step. So if m is the numbers of organism, then your step should be n-1. So if 8 means that you have to divide into 7. So like for example, here is 8, right? So you see you should divide. How many times you divide? 7 times. 7 characteristics that you should have. Okay, now let's see. First, okay, we have jellyfish, frog, blah, blah, blah. So first we categorize them into backbone and do not have backbone. Then from backbone, we go have feather and do not have feather. Have feather, only one, so bird. Do not have feather, refer number 3. Have legs and do not have legs. Do not have legs, but backbone, fish. Okay, have legs, we refer to number 4. Number 4 said have tail, do not have tail. Do not have tail is a frog. Then have a tail, we refer 5. 5 is the tail can regenerate. The other one cannot regenerate. So number 5 only left, those only left is this one and this one and this one with backbone, this one and this one only. So this one can regenerate, so lizard. This one cannot, so crocodile. Then just now from here, number 3 one, he said refer 6 do not have backbone. When do not have backbone, we check whether they have exoskeleton or not. Exoskeleton means that it has hard shell. Okay, don't have means that it's soft. So the do not have exoskeleton, only jellyfish. They have exoskeleton, we go down. It has 3 pair of legs, which is B, 4 pair of legs, spider. You see, at first they try to break it into something more major. Then from major, we go more detail, break more detail until you can differentiate every one of them. Okay, can you understand? Sure. Okay. So try to do the one economist key questions here. I don't know whether. Wait. The one I give you might be a bit more, a bit more. Okay, you have butterfly, fish, turtle. Okay, new. Okay, bird, snake, grasshopper, fox. This one is moose, I think. And then squirrel, toad, and raccoon. So try to do this. See, you can start from where first. Okay. So create the what you call autonomous key from here. Normally we can start with a very general one, like sometimes mammal or non-mammal. Sometimes normally that I will try to start with backbone first. Backbone easier, right? Normally. Uh, Although it might not able to like straight away. Sometimes you cannot like determine to. I mean you cannot divide much. But still backbone is a major one. So should be everyone have different answer. There should be the case where everyone have their own answer because the way of doing it is different. So like for Dimitri and Sihao, you need to snap your photo after you done and send to me. I want to check. Yes.这个哦，你讲的这一个啦，它不需要这样做的，其实你只是写 have backbone，然后另外一个 does not have backbone 这个，然后你就 go to 多少这样啊，就是说它不太需要你不用你写 does it have 什么不用，你直接就是说have backbone then refer to does not have backbone then refer to 这样子这个啊make it short 啦。Okay, no need like asking question, just like have backbone, do not have backbone. That's it. Easy. Hmm.
Grasshoppers can fly, but it's short distance. Can we can be classified as can fly?
Sorry?
Can grasshopper classified as fly?
Can, yes, can. As long as they can fly, then can. But if you try to get the characteristic which is more distinguishable, means that one can fly, one cannot. So then easy. Now let me know. OK， 好，send 给我看看哦，答案。Yes。Let me check 啊。But you already 迟一点你发给我。是啊 ，after that you send to me 了。哦，OK。How about I show you the result, and then you later on you finish and then you snap a picture and send to me. Okay, so let's see the answer. That one easier. Do like that easier. Okay. So let's see. Now with backbone and without backbone. So without backbone, go to 2. Metamorphosis, which is butterfly. Without metamorphosis, yes. Huh? Go to 3 means you start with 3A, 3B. Okay. So you said just how we write is refer, right? It's the same. Then this one go to 2, metamorphosis. Because without backbone here, only without backbone here, only the butterfly and grasshopper. So the one that can do metamorphosis is butterfly. Without metamorphosis will be grasshopper. With backbone, then we go to 3. Lay eggs, go to 4. Does not lay eggs, go to 9. Normally, we will start like, I want to go to 4. This one we call solve first. So lay eggs, go to 4. Then have feather. Birds do not have feather, go to 5. Then go to 5. Lay eggs in water, go to 6. Does not lay eggs in water, go to 7. Then 6. Live on land, go to 8. Live in water, fish. So does not lay eggs, go to 7, which is have protective shell, normally will be turtle. Do not have protective shell, snake. Then just now this one live on land one, with no tail, toad. With tail, new. Now just now this one go to 9. So normally we like, okay, we finish already lay egg, man. So does not lay egg, now I go to 9. So go to 9. 9A, mostly carnivore will be fox. Mostly carnivore means that it's not only carnivore. Sometimes mostly carnivore means that most of the food are meat. Then we call mostly carnivore. Okay, not carnivore go to 10. Then we have a omnivore and herbivore. So omnivore is raccoon. Herbivore, then we go to rodent or no rodent. It means rodent is there's a tooth in front, like the mouse. Mouse there's a front tooth, right? That one is rodent, which is squirrel. Not rodent will be moose. This is how. I think wait, let me check for the. 你的很像不对，不要紧，我们看一下。Have backbone go to 2, change from have backbone lay eggs. 哦，不能，不是这样子的。Dimitri 不是这样的，不是这样的。
So you do like this, not right now.
Yeah, you should like doing this like this because I think you are using the. If I'm not mistaken, I thought the books one also like do what I do, right? Yeah, even the books.
I didn't come.
Huh?
I didn't come last year.
Oh, no, I didn't. I just covered today actually. Okay, so this is how you should do that. Okay, so it's like okay, you need to come out with like the label 1A 1B means 1. So go to 3 means that 3A 3B like that. So remember for each level, you are only allowed with two distinguishable, or we call something that we can see easy. The what you call that? The characteristic. Okay, don't worry. Most, I just let you try. Most probably won't come out one. High chances won't come out. If it comes out, then sorry lah, your luck is there. That's your luck. Okay, so try to do this. I think wait. Let me check. I think we should yeah. So try to do this.
So that's
那呢？OK，Dimitri 又试好了，我知道啊。大家都没弄啊。
this is
Oh, okay, I will record now. Thank you. So this. Okay. Right, wait, 等我試下。Give me a sec. Okay, so state two characteristic of this organism from the kingdom of fungi that does not contain chlorophyll. The cell wall made from chitin, okay, produces spores, okay, and then the fungi cell are arranged. The fungi cell are arranged in a network of thread. We call it as hyphae. Okay, so choose any two lah. So how is an organism classified based on the taxonomy hierarchy? So the organism in the domain can be divided into kingdom and then turned into and then in turn to be divided into phylum. Phylum further divide into classes, classes into order, order into families, and family into genus, and finally genuses into species. So the species is the smallest group of organism in the classification system. So you can say they start with domain. Domain is the largest one. Then you just write down domain, kingdom, blah, 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 to species. Then species is the smallest group. Then done. Okay. So who introduced this binomial nomenclature system? Carolus Linus. So how is an organism named based on their binomial nomenclature system? So in binomial nomenclature system, they are given a name made from two parts. First part is the name of genus. Second part is the name of species. Okay. 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 So let's continue. So let's see biodiversity. So the biodiversity has three levels: ecosystem diversity, species diversity, and genetic diversity. So for ecosystem diversity, it means that there's various type of ecosystem and it creates various habitats for organism like tropical forest, mangrove, coastal region, rivers, marine, and montane forest. Montane forests are actually the mountain forest. All right. Then for species diversity, means that there will be various organisms with different species that lives in a particular ecosystem. So inside a ecosystem, different species. Okay. So we have seaweeds, corals, lobster, grouper fish, sharks, crabs. So these are under marine. Okay, all these are marine animals. So means that these species are under the ecosystem of marine, under a marine ecosystem. And then for genetic, we have various genetic combination exist in a species. Like for example, grouper fish with various genetic combination. We know that grouper fish we have lot of types. Okay, we have the red color one, black color one, right? And then the blue color one as well. Okay, so all these. So these are the diversity in genetic. Okay, so why we need the ecosystem diversity? First, we want to have various habitat for organism. Okay, because different type of habitats will come out with different species. Different species, you will have biodiversity. Okay, so this is to balance the biogeochemical cycle, like your carbon cycle, water cycle, all this. And you can provide various food source for humans and other organisms. Okay, provide the source of medicine, research, and construction for humans. Okay, it means that the raw material for us to research all this. And it gives us places for recreational activities. Okay, like we make the, what I call that, the national park, the marine national park, for example, we use a marine habitat, make it a national park. Okay, normal national park, the forests, like that. And give aesthetic value to human. Means that for you to have a look, looks beautiful, all this is called the aesthetic value. Okay. Now, the importance of the species diversity. This is to provide various food sources as well, and then provide the source of medicine. All this, you see, these two are almost similar like the top one. However, the last one is to have equilibrium interspecies interaction inside an ecosystem. Interspecies interaction means that maybe the what you call them, predator and prey, parasite, and then mutualism. These are the relation. So that the equilibrium means that the food generated can be finished or almost finished by the predator for this. Okay. And next, the importance of genetic diversity, where we can have a species which consists of different genetic combination. Okay, this is important, especially for evolve for the species to evolve. Okay, so because from the from various combination of genetic, it can comes out with a, normally it will help the genetic to adapt to a new characteristic, and this adaptation normally is called evolve. It's actually a part of evolve. Okay, so this is to provide research source to human, increase the variation of the species, and increase the survival of a species. Okay. Adaptation is for continuous survival or sustainability. Okay.
I have read it in, I think I saw it on YouTube. The whale dives leaving 1,000 species to live. Like
Sorry?
a whale dive,
Ah.
a whale dive, it gives 1,000 species alive.
Yes, because the interaction is very complex actually. So sometimes a little change, it will actually cause a very major effect on the especially your maybe the food chain, food network, all this. So that's why this is very how to say. Sometimes we think that it's very small actually, but actually it gives a major effect. It's just that we didn't know. Okay. So now, from here, now we start with another type of the table. Just now we do is what is that? Just now the autonomous key, right? Now we start with, we call a phylogenetic tree. Okay, the autonomous key is used to distinguish by characteristic, physical characteristics, something we can see. Now, for phylogenetic tree, it's actually a classification based on the evolutionary trend among the organism. So that's why it has only one line. Normally, one line. Okay, we call this as a back. This one is the major characteristic or the major adaptation from all of this. Then each branches, okay, comes out with different characteristic, but there will be a major similarity between them. For example, all these are vertebrate, means that they have backbone, right? So this straight line indicates backbone. Then we have branches. Maybe this one underwater. This one maybe is they don't have a big what you call them, the celiac, what we call it earlier. Like fish, they have this kind of things. We call it this one. Fin, yeah. This one small fin. This one big fin. This one is eel, I think. Okay. Then okay, you can see this one. Maybe the tail can regenerate. This one is biawak. It has maybe it can change color, for example. Then we have this one is with placenta, for example. With placenta means that these two also can have placenta. So, okay, but different one. And then this one here. From here, normally this and these two have almost has a similarity, one point. Here is this one and this one has a similarity, something like that. Okay, so a phylogenetic tree, it consists of several branch points, okay, in which the branches are formed. So this branch point is the ancestor for the organism after the branch point. Means that this one might be the ancestor for these two. This one might be the ancestor of this one. Maybe. Don't worry, it doesn't necessarily like that. This is just a theory, and this one proved very inefficient. Okay, so two organisms with different species sometimes they have a closest evolutionary relationship because maybe they share the most common they share most common ancestor. So that's why these two will be very near to each other because their ancestor is almost similar. Okay, so now this one, okay, I can give you an example. I think I have, I forget already. Yeah, phylogenetic tree, yes, I have. So let's go through with, he didn't show you the way, but there's some way to do it actually. So for example, let's say we have lamprey, antelope, bald eagle, alligator, and sea basses. Okay, I can show you. I'm not really don't know how to say, but it's actually a kind of fish. Not really fish, it's the underwater parasite. Looks like this. Actually, it's fish. Although it doesn't look like it, but it's actually fish. Okay, so now we can have a feature: lung, jaws, feather, gizzard, fur. You know what's gizzard or not? Okay, gizzard is actually like a sharp. No, it's actually the interior, what you call? The interior organ. We call the interior stomach. Sometimes the chicken, you go chicken rice, they have this kind of thing. Okay, fish, they have as well. So you see, these are the features which commonly share. So how they do it is, first, okay, we try to come out with the first one, okay, where everyone have, we try to label them first. We label like this. Have, then we give a plus. Don't have, kosong. So in short, you will see that lamprey all don't have. So for sure, he will be the first one because he doesn't share anything with these four. So he's the only one, the first one. Then we rearrange. The one with second means that the one with second means that only from 0 to all 0 to have, means that we see how many plus of them. Yes, in ascending order lah. So the ascending one is sea bass. So second is sea bass, where they have lungs. Jaws. After that, the third one, okay. After that, why we know it's lung? Because you see, sea bass don't have, sea bass don't have. Here, only these three have. So we know the second one is lung. So with lung, then we find the one which is more of them. So which is lung is okay. Aggregator and what you call? And no. Aggregator, I think no. After sea bass. Okay. Okay, we can start with antelope first. Okay. Why we don't want to use alligator? Because alligator, there's something like jaws, and then you see, there are several of them, only two. You see, only two we share. While antelope has fur. See, very, how to say, very distinguishable. Only one. So we start with this one first. So antelope. Then after antelope, we come with bald eagles, 3 to 4. Why the aggregator we put at the end? Because you see, aggregator somehow share most of the characteristic with everyone. So then bald eagle and alligator like that. Okay, can understand? Can but because you see, there's one fur is only by antelope, so that's why you cannot share here. You need to put here because he's only alone. Okay, and for this one, you see, here on alligator, I try to make it bigger. Okay, here this one bald eagle also is the only one who have feather. So the feather put here. So one with feather, one without. So the gizzard. Okay, then we have bald eagles and alligator. Actually, the gizzard should have by the. Okay. Okay, you understand? Huh? Okay, huh? All right, now. Don't worry, no need to do it. So, okay. See, this one is very short one actually. So let us see the second one, which is 8.2. Okay, try 8.2. 哎，你们最好了，有地单。Okay. Vima done? Okay, done. Let me know.
That's
Done, huh? Okay, so let's see the answer. Now, explain the ecosystem diversity, species diversity, and genetic diversity. So, ecosystem diversity refer to the biotic community and also the ecological process in ecosystem on the land, sea, and other aquatic environments. Okay, species diversity refers to the variation and variability of organisms on Earth. Genetic diversity refers to the genes, okay, variation of an individual within a population and the gene variation between the different population of the same species. Okay, why do biologists use phylogenetic tree? This is to show the evolutionary relationship and also the history of a biological species. Okay, and what's your role in preserving and conserving the biodiversity? So you can make structured and sustainable development plan so that the forests are not cut down and deforestation does not occur. No, this is impossible unless your government don't want to don't want to develop. If you want to develop, there must be deforestation. So avoid products made from animal hide or body parts that are thought to have medical value. Avoid the activity that will pollute the habitat and environment. Okay. So state two importance of the biodiversity towards human. Source of research and development, sanctuary or habitat of wildlife and endemic lives, maintain environmental temperature, provide the food, provide raw material and medicinal products, and then generate income for the population and the country. Okay, cứ sẽ itu lah. Okay, tốt đấy mà, correct? Correct, huh? Okay. Dimitri 4號做對啊 ？Okay, huh? Right, then let us see. Let's continue now. I think we can at least finish until this one. Then I let you guys off. Because we still have the last minute, so should be no problem. So for microorganisms and viruses, so microorganisms are tiny organisms and not be seen with naked eye. You cannot see by just your eyes. And it can only be seen with the help of light or electron microscope. So it consists of bacteria, protozoa, algae, and fungi. While the viruses are much smaller particles. They do not carry out living processes and only can reproduce in host cell because they only carry genetic contaminant. So let's start with bacteria. Normally, stock is a unicellular organism, have cell wall, plasma membrane, and DNA. And they are not enclosed by a nuclear membrane. They don't have nuclear membrane. Okay? Can be heterotrophs or autotroph, means that it can consume or auto-generate food. Okay? Reproduce by binary fission and conjugation. Conjugation means that two combine into one. Normally happen in normally happen during the we call extreme condition. Okay, under extreme condition that normally happen.
If we have a telescope, can we use it?
Telescope. Can, why not? You want to observe the planets, all these, can. It's just that here should be no problem. Our sky is not that cloudy. If you are in KL, maybe a bit harder. Because it is actually quite depend on the clearness of sky. So it can form spore under the unfavorable condition, or we say under extreme condition. So for example, Escherichia coli and Lactobacillus species. Lactobacillus are those that we use to make yogurt. Protozoa. Yes, normally we put it in milk and then they will change it into yogurt. So protozoa, they are unicellular as well, and normally is in aquatic. Okay, so they have plasma membrane, nucleus, and other membranous organelle. Unlike just now, that one they don't have membrane, right? Nuclear membrane, this one should have. Okay, they are heterotrophic organism, and they use cilia, pseudopodium, and flagellum to move. Okay, it can reproduce both sexually or asexually, like Paramecium sp, amoeba, and Plasmodium. Okay, the flagellum is like a tail. A tail comes out from the the cell. Okay, a tail, like a line like that. Normally, Eulina, I think. Now, Eulina, I think the shape is something like this, and then you have a tail like that. This is the flagellum, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Then for algae, they are unicellular but colonized, means that they live together. Okay, and some of them are multicellular organisms. Normally, it's the filamentous. Filamentous means that it's a bit like layer by layer. The structure, they are, if for the multicellular one, they are layer by layer. Like Spirogilla. Spirogilla is layer by layer one. It's multicellular. So they can able to carry out photosynthesis because they have chlorophyll. Okay, they have cell wall made up of cellulose. Do not have stem, leaves, and root because they are just cell only. Okay, it can reproduce sexually or asexually. For example, Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. Okay, then fungi. Fungi can be multicellular or unicellular, both. No chlorophyll, so no photosynthesis. They can be saprophytic or parasite organism. Okay, saprophytic is actually is a kind of how to say saprophyte is actually a kind of like, you know, mushroom. The mushroom that live on the dead body, right? This is called saprophytic. Almost like parasite, but parasite live on living host. Saprophytic, they live on the dead carcasses. Like mushroom, some mushroom they live on the dead trunk, right? So these they are saprophytic. Yeah. Okay, and they secrete extracellular enzyme. Okay, to break down the organic matter before they absorb. So how they eat is I secrete out the enzyme. The enzyme will help to digest the food, then it absorb the food. Okay, so normally it reproduced by budding or spore. Okay, budding is like a small little new organism comes out from the side, like mushroom. Mushroom, they are by spore, but there are some mushroom that there will be a small one on the beside. Okay, like for example, yeast and milker. Okay, now next, viruses. In short, because they don't carry out living activities, so they are not even microorganisms. Okay, but because we have nothing to, you said they are not microorganisms, they reproduce, so we still categorize it under microorganism. So they are the smaller size and can only be seen under electron microscope. Light microscope cannot because it's too small. So they only consist of DNA or RNA covered with a protein coat. Okay, because they don't have any organelle at all. So just a protein covered inside only DNA. So cannot reproduce outside the host cell. Okay, because they don't have the organelle or this. So they have to release the DNA, affect the nucleus of the living cell, and make the living cell to reproduce the genetic. Okay, so their main idea, their main way of reproduce is by mutation. Okay, so they are parasite and can be crystallized outside host cell. Means that make it like powder, like sugar, salt. They are crystallized. So for example, bacteriophage influenza virus. Okay, like your COVID-19, they are actually part of influenza virus, tobacco mosaic virus, and coronavirus. Okay. No. Tobacco mosaic is actually a kind of parasite one, I think. Wait, mostly, yes, some of it mostly come from tobacco, but they are not just tobacco. Lots of the leaves have. How we know that they have is when the leaves turn yellow from center. Then most likely they are infected. Or you have lots of brown dot. Normally it's infected by this tobacco mosaic. Okay. Yes. Any questions? No. No. If that's the case, I think I will stop here for today lah. Okay, I'll stop here for today. So we shall meet each other on next week. Okay. See you. Bye bye.
拜拜，老师。
好，拜拜。